Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. We are glad that you're here. I'm Steve,
And I'm Scott.
and together we're Backyard Musings, the Science and Technology channel.
Yeah, and today we're talking about starting off the day with a health topic, and this should interest everybody, I would think, unless you're some kind of bionic person, because this has to do with joint pain, and everybody's got that. Or if you don't now, you probably will. So,
You could be the $6 million man or the $6 million woman. This wouldn't apply to you.
right.
Okay. Aging changes the way joints function, but avoiding activity may not be the answer. Growing older has plenty of upsides, but achy joints is not one of them. As we age, the joints that once handled every bend and fall start to weaken. This is because the amount of cartilage, a tough, flexible kind of connective tissue, and fluid in your joints decreases over time. This may lead some people to avoid activities such as exercise, but with the right approach, exercise can actually help protect your joints. Would you like to know more?
Each joint is cushioned by articular cartilage, a type of specialized tissue that covers the ends of bones. This cartilage protects the joints and creates a smooth surface for motion. A thick liquid known as synovial fluid also helps lubricate your knees, hips, and shoulders. It does this by reducing friction between your cartilage and joints. Synovial fluid also supplies cartilage with key nutrients.
However, cartilage isn't very good at repairing itself. This is partly because it doesn't have its own blood supply. The gradual breakdown of cartilage is known as osteoarthritis, a condition that affects more than 500 million people worldwide. People with osteoarthritis often feel the most pain in weight bearing joints such as the knees, hips, and spine.
And we have talked about osteoarthritis many times.
Yes.
The body distributes synovial fluid through motion. So, exercise helps get this fluid and nutrients it contains to cartilage.
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile,
sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, is that, yeah, right.
No,
Yeah.
no, I was just being,
Steve?
yeah, I was being Steve.
Meanwhile, muscles around your joints act as shock absorbers. So, strengthening your muscles, including through exercises such as weightlifting, helps to reduce the pressure placed on your joints. Research suggests strength exercises targeting the quadriceps, a group of muscles at the front of the thigh, are particularly effective at reducing joint pain.
You can see how excited I am about this. I'm really excited about this because I'm passionate. I've got pain in my knees and they hurt.
Right, and you have talked about that a lot, so
Yeah.
it's the real deal. And I know a lot of people that knee pain, foot pain, uh, hip pain, um,
And their finger pain. Yeah.
lots of finger pain. So
Okay, a landmark Cochrane review assessed all the relevant evidence, looking at the effect of exercise on osteoarthritis. It found that exercise reduces pain and improves function in people with knee osteoarthritis. It also showed exercise has a similar impact as anti inflammatory drugs, but without the same side effects.
exercise may also help maintain proprioception, the body's ability to sense its own position and movement. However, proprioception declines with age. So as you get older, your brain is less able to register these signals and may cause your joints to bear weight unevenly. This weighs down your joints quicker, or wears down your joints quicker. So this would be in a case where you broke your hip, and I'm using my mom as an example here. So she broke her hip, and as she was going through the rehabilitation process, they put a replacement hip in. As she's going through the rehabilitation process, you could tell that she favored that side of her body, and she eventually started to develop um, osteoporosis in her back, and in her
Mm.
and her her spine became compressed,
Mm.
and over time. So um, Yeah, it was a long process, but and then she broke her other hip, and that compounded it. It didn't even it out. It just compounded the whole issue. But yeah, so people will start to, because they feel pain, they'll get a cane or they'll get a crutch or they'll get a walker or whatever. Naturally, they want to do that because it makes it easier for them. But I don't know if that's necessarily helping the problem, right?
Yes.
It
So like me with a pain in my knee, my left knee, I'll overcompensate with the right hip, and the right hip starts to hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's probably not in any better shape, not much better shape than the other side, but you're
Yeah.
using it because it's less painful.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's I think that's what they're talking about here. So
Okay. However, exercising on varied and even unstable surfaces can reduce this wear and tear process. Now, this seems counterintuitive because when I walk across grass, it hurts my knees even more. So I'm reading this and I want to believe it, but my mind is telling me don't believe it, Steve.
you
So
wait a minute. So you walk on a soft surface like grass.
uneven. So
Oh,
let's say there's little bumps in the soil, or gravel,
okay.
and that's what smashes the knees. And you're walking through that and you're like, oh my gosh.
So it's
So
less painful to walk on a sidewalk. A
for
hard.
me, yeah, but they're saying no.
Hmm.
Okay. It forces your ankle, knee, and hip joints to quickly adjust their movements, keeping them engaged and flexible. That makes sense. Low impact exercise refers to exercises where you keep at least 1 foot on the ground or support the body in some other way. This kind of exercise reduces the amount of weight and force placed on joints.
Examples of low impact exercise include swimming and water aerobics. And I totally agree with that. So both involved being suspended in water, which can support up to 90% of your body weight. Cycling may also be beneficial for your joints, particularly your knees. But I don't know about that. But anyway, whatever. That's on people. So
Tai Chi, a gentle form of exercise based on gentle movements and breathing techniques, is another option. Research suggests it may be as effective as physical therapy for people with knee osteoarthritis. Yoga can also help strengthen the muscles around your joints and improve your overall flexibility.
walking deserves a special mention. Walking on uneven terrain, like you were just saying, such as grass, gravel, or bush trails. Bush? Is that supposed to
Bush.
be brush?
Bush.
Bush trails can help maintain proprioception. Proprioception. Okay, so um, I don't know. On 2026 study found unstable surface training significantly improves postural control or the ability to remain stable in older adults. So, yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, when you're like, if you're walking out in the desert in our area here,
In the sand. Yeah.
sand, and you have the option of walking on rocks or more solid ground, I pick that ground all the time.
That's because you want to get to where you're going quickly to get out of the heat. That's obvious.
Well,
And
no, I'm just talking
it's not
about,
the fault of anyone.
yeah, I'm not just talking about stability. It's easier, even though the rocks may be obviously uneven. It's easier to walk on something that's a harder surface than it is to walk through a riverbed or sand or whatever. So, like the beach, I hate going to the beach mainly because of the sand. But that's a totally different topic. So anyway,
So I just thought of something. Maybe we just had a prompting here. Maybe you need to work up in order to get to the point where you can walk on the unstable, and like the Tai Chi and the riding the bike and the walking, and that might help get you to a point where you can move over to the grass and walk on the grass. Maybe. All right. Another systemic review found exercises that challenged participants' balance reduced fall rates by roughly 23%. This is important given falls are the leading cause of injury related death in adults over 65.
yeah. Okay, here are the 3 tips to make low impact exercise as safe and effective as possible. Number 1, start small. You don't need any fancy equipment to start. Where possible, opt to walk on uneven surfaces such as grass, sand, or gravel instead of pavement. Okay, that I don't know about that. But anyway, even 10 minutes walking across a park lawn will improve your joint movement. You can also practice standing on one leg, for example, while brushing your teeth. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to do that either. It's best to start on firm ground first, aiming to stand on each leg for 30 seconds. You can then progress to standing on a folded towel or foam pad. Importantly, you should master each task or level of difficulty before advancing.
Yeah. Use support. Safety is paramount. Always perform low impact exercises near something you can hold for support, such as a park bench or bathroom vanity. If you're walking for exercise, walking poles are an excellent option. I see that a lot. Importantly, never exercise on unstable surfaces when you're tired.
Number 3, get advice. No exercise is risk-free. For example, holding a yoga pose beyond your range of motion may injure your lower back, shoulders, or knees, depending, and that wouldn't be productive, right? Doing deep squats or lunges with poor form can put unnecessary strain on your knee joint.
So before you start, speak to a certified exercise physiologist or physiotherapist. They can help you design a tailored exercise program. Our joints are subject to the inevitable wear and tear of age, but low impact exercise can help. So it's worth trying no matter how young or old you are.
Okay.
I like it.
Good advice.
Like it.
Some of it I think is questionable, but it's good advice. So
I'm going to see, we're going to get a membership at the community center here in town, and I'm going to see if they offer Tai Chi. I'd like to try that, you know.
do they have a swimming pool?
Yeah, they got a swimming pool, so I can do the hippo thing.
Indoor swimming pool?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sheristy's nodding her head. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I can do the hippo thing.
There you go. Okay. Sounds like a HIPAA thing, and we don't need to know any more about it. So,
All right, folks. Thanks for joining us. Catch you in the afternoon.
take care. We'll see you this afternoon.